We can start. Yeah. Good afternoon, one and all. Uh, it's a pleasure to have an interaction with all of you. Uh, Madam, language Marathi, Hindi, English.
कुठलीही तुम्हाला
नाही चालेल सर.
Okay. So better it is English, and then if needed, we can just go on with Hindi, Marathi wherever needed. Basically, working in the field of Ayurveda for right from being introduced in the year 1992, I was as fresher like as all the students over here are. So mostly the lecture would be targeted to motivate people who want to choose their career to become Ayurveda Charya. So this would be the main objective of today's lecture, or the baseline of today's lecture. And throughout the schedule, whatever experiences that I have inculcated, I would just try to share it with you. Keeping myself on the floor, I won't make any tall claims saying that we are the only people doing it. It is just our experiences is. I would be sharing it because it's a teamwork. I would like to emphasize that Chatushpada, being a team, is necessary for a successful Ayurvedic Chikitsa. So why so? So let's go from the basics. Okay. So whenever a student gets admission in BMS, there is either by choice or by chance or whatsoever the reason may be, he would come across the first question that what I would like to ask the students over here. There is a lots of disturbance in the noise. Someone please, whoever has put his mic on, could you close it? There are children. Yeah, now it's fine. Thank you. So right. So the first of all, even if whatever you come with a choice or a chance, now here it is that you're going to make your career. So there are many facts that we've come across with students in future that they would be rather as students up till they complete their graduation, and after their internship or during their internship they get aware, and then they think, yet what we need to do our career with. So first and foremost, it is necessary for every student right from the first day that he should decide what he wants to do in future. So there should be what chance or choice he has come, he has to decide whether he wants to become a Vaidya or he wants to become a doctor. So what's the difference between a doctor and Vaidya? Vaidya, it's clear that you want to make your livelihood doing practices of Ayurveda. Whatever aim, objective, whatever career you decide, you become a physician, you become a teacher, you become an entrepreneur, whatsoever. But being an Vaidya, so make it defined first. If you want to become a doctor, fine. It's also necessary. Both of them require a very good academics. So be clear about your aim and objectives. This is what I mean to say, that this is the aim. So what I want to become in my life, this is my idol, this is something that I want to become. And guessing marks in the exams, doing some shloks by heart, doing some surgeries, doing aushadhikaran, doing a number of things throughout your career are objectives, so make no mingling in those. Secondly, then we need to be confirmed that what is not, there are many a times why the Sanjay Pense, my teacher, he always tries to explain it to students that there is difference between knowledge and information. So me many a times miss in these words. So sometimes we interpret as information that we are well versed with. So generally it becomes when we go outside to any doctor from other field, he would say that what with the kapha, or many a times a general practitioner misinterprets Ayurveda. He says that there is nothing more than what with the kapha is the only thing. So information is different, and having the deep knowledge of the avasthas of it and everything are quite different. So we should get immense knowledge of Ayurveda. So that is important to become a good Vaidya. Whatever career you take in the future, but having good knowledge of Ayurveda is important, or having good knowledge of medicine is important to practice. Now, modern science and allopathy is totally different. The fundamentals of modern science are used in allopathy in quite many times. So we should have these things different in our mind. And the third and the last part I would try to emphasize is clinical part is different, and allied fields as career options are n number of fields. I generally give an introductory lecture on horizons of Ayurveda. So what are the career options that a person can teach? So that's not today's topic, but I would just give a glimpse. So understand that making a career after your BMS, there are n number of options, much more than MBBS, because here you have immense fields. You would go later. So now we come to what is today's topic. We would be discussing, these would be the highlighting points, horizons of Ayurveda, little bit specializations in Ayurveda. I would come to it, and that is what is today's specialization. What we are going to work upon is Indore and Ayurveda. So Ayurvedic hospitals, its needs, what are the needs of hospitalization and things like that. I would emphasize upon few cases. I've got with me 3 cases. See, let's see how time permits, and then at the end we would see what are the challenges in this field. Right. So, firstly, uh, I would just chant the shloka and then proceed with the things. So, most important, as we say that Ragadi Rogan Sutatana Shishakaya Prasutana Sheshan Ausukki Moharati Danjagano Yopur Vaidanamas. So, similarly, most of the Apurva Vaidyas and what that Guruvarya Vaidya Kolotkar sir has been one of the what you could say, the gurus and the mentors for all many in Pune. Punarusu Chikitsalaya built on his dreams also. So let's go further. So let's discuss upon these points. These are the horizons of Ayurveda that I generally explain it to the students of Ayurveda. So specialization in Ayurveda, like the Ashtanga Ayurveda, then taking your career in dietetics, yoga, astrology, and whatsoever, clinical academic field, pharmaceutical research, everything. Ayurvedic cultivation and environmental sciences is a different field. Cosmetics and Ayurvedic service sectors, different service sectors like UPSC, MPSC, until the IT sector you can have. IT and Ayurveda and spiritual health. So these many fields are there, and again we would have more details about in those also, but we would not go in details for today's part. So now we would emphasize upon the clinical aspects. What is Kaya Chikitsa? So here I've just listed few names, or you can say just few maestros who are in the fields like Kaya Chikitsa, the teacher of Vaidya Yogita Madam, CP Shukla sir, Vaidya Maheskar sir. If you want to aim to become someone, so these would be your idol. This could be your idol. So just I'm giving a glimpse of those. If time permits, we can again go back to the slide in the discussion. So specialty, general practice, if you want to do, you can aim for becoming a practitioner like Jain Jagirdar sir from Jalgaon. Specialty and Ayurveda, right from Vaidya Jamadagni sir, many of them known, the name is quite common now in Pune. But for the beginners in 90s, he was specialized in to give medicine to increase the height. So now he is a well-known teacher for many, like 25,000 students and above. But initially, he began a different career, which was not that common at those days, to give medicine to increase height. And then from that, till becoming an emergency and what you could say intensivist. So with the Dopeshwar sir, everyone knows. So like these, there are many careers. Even like Pune can be named as the second place. So like now there are n number of Vaidyas like from Gadgil sir, Sardeshmukh sir, even Yogesh Bendale sir, who are working in cancer only. So Pune can be said as a cancer Ayurvedic place for India at least. So this can be the thing. Like if you want to work in Balarok, then Vaidya Shubhada Velankar madam, well-known personality, late Vaidya Shubhada Velankar. Graha Chikitsa, Vaidya Murthy from Kerala, he is an idol. Then Shalakya Chikitsa, there can be, you can work in Danta Vaidya as a Danta Vaidya. The families of Shinde Shastri sir is well known from it. There is a diploma in Danta Vaidya also in Rajkot. Netra Chikitsa, Cochin and the area around is well known for Netra Chikitsalayas. 25, 2000, 250 bedded hospital is also there. If you want to go in Shalakya, sorry, Shalya, Shalakya, both. Shalakya, there is Shara Karma Vaidyas are there. There are Vaidyas who only deal in Dagda Chikitsa or Vrana Chikitsa. Vaidya Suresh Kumar sir for from Triveni Nursing Home for Bhagna Chikitsa is well known. So there are n number of people in these fields. Draunshra Chikitsa, Kottakkal has an OPD of Draunshra Chikitsa. There are Jara NIA of Jaipur has a special different branch for Jara, and Vajikaran is well known. So if only in Ashtanga you can have so many people around. Now going into the details, specialization in Ayurveda, Panchakarma was one of the things, but now we can go ahead as the one step ahead of Panchakarma, that is Indore and Ayurveda, that is today's specialization. Now, P.T. Joshi sir, everyone knows about him. Then there are Rasashastra, Triguna sir, Bhagavadikar sir, Sane sir, well-known people. Then Marma Chikitsa, Stri Rog, different animals in Ayurveda, Ashwayurveda, Gavayurveda, Gajayurveda, all these things are can be career options in that a person can take. So specialization in Panchakarma, specialization in allied fields as dietetics, foods medicine, then yoga, astrology, as I explained before. You just run through these slides ahead. So today's topic, emphasis on indoor and critical in Ayurveda. So if for students who are now studying in the third year and in internships, many times we have this phobia in the mind that after becoming an Vaidya, as we are going to go out, so what will we do for management of pain, for management of Vrana, and for Sannyas Avastha or comatose conditions, and all those things. So as we are not familiar to this part that Ayurvedic treatment can deal into this, I thought that this is an important part, and so I have emphasis. I would be sharing cases today on those part only, which would be critical. So for this, we have always learned that Bhishak Dravyanupasthatha Rogipada Chatushtayam Chikitsitasya Nirdishtam Pratyekam Tat Chaturgunam. So Chatushpad is important, that is understood, and Sadhya Sadhya depends upon the availability and good number of and good qualities of this 16 qualities of the Chatushpada. So if we have Chatushpada Siddha Chikitsalaya, or we are having all the Chatushpada in their proper senses, then we can deal into indoor and critical management of patients with Ayurveda. So we have named it as ICCA, so Indoor and Critical Care in Ayurveda. So it was in 2000, it was in 99 that we started with Punarvasu, and with the experience of 3 years, we had a first seminar which was named by this term. So where we discussed with different Vaidyas from Maharashtra, and Maidya Mahiskar sir was the chairperson for that seminar. And there we emphasis that if you start with an OPD and make it turn it into an IPD sector, here is these are the areas where you can work about. And with this experience of last 20 years, I would be confident enough, and I would be confident to pass on this message to the students that this is a very important part that everyone needs to learn in. And what's important that we need to have the Chatushpadas well to have an indoor setup. So because of indoor, and if we start dealing in critical, that is then only that we can get Rajashraya and Lokashraya. So see, these are Lokashraya, Rajashraya, good, sounds well, okay, when we work here. But actually, who are these people? Who is going to gain this for us? We are going to gain it for us. No one else is going to prepare the khichdi for us, isn't it? We have to be our own chefs. So if we prepare good image of Ayurveda, then Rajashraya or Lokashraya is not, it's not going to be much far from. So for making Ayurveda as a part of mainstream health systems of the society, we need to have good indoors and good hospitals in and around the cities, in rural parts, and that would improvise the image of Ayurveda. That's for sure. So for all the young and inspiring students, Vaidyas, or the upcoming batches, I would ask them to take this as a challenge to make more and more indoors in Ayurvedic practice. So let's see what are the things that are important. When the term Ayurvedic hospital comes in our mind, these are few things that come in front of us. The first most important comes that an Ayurvedic setup with a modern setup together. So that's one part of Ayurvedic hospital. Second part, which comes into wellness and preventive aspect, or illness and curative aspect. So here we can say that we have all these things. So there Second part is only Ayurvedic hospital, where only Ayurvedic treatment would be given, and no, not a single pill of modern medicines would be used. So this can be a concept, and last 50, 25, 20 years, 22 years, Punarusu Chikitsalaya is working in this on these principles only. That this is a 8-bedded hospital with only Ayurvedic treatment in it. What is needed to run an Ayurvedic hospital with Ayurvedic principles only? The important principle is to diagnose with Ayurveda. So Nidan should be Ayurveda, and then Chikitsa obviously becomes Ayurveda. So most important part, what we need to learn as student is to do good diagnosis with the help of Ayurvedic principles. I would share these cases which would help you to get a glimpse of it. Second part, one step, if we have an Panchakarma setup, then second step is to have a daycare center. Then third step would be an indoor Ayurvedic hospital. After that, once you start admitting patients, of course, it would be a condition that you would have when patients with severe pain, acute illnesses, chronic condition, critical conditions, and then it becomes into an indoor and critical care. For this, you need to work with consistently on these principles to gain the results of the same. Now, let's see what are, apart from Bhishak Dravyanupastata Rogi Padachatushtai, keeping the four only, apart from their gunas, the Shodasha gunas, these are the important criteria in today's era that we need to emphasis upon. Firstly, the Vaidya. Obviously, he needs to have Daksha Sthirata Shastrata Drushta Karma Suchirvishan. Apart from that, he should have knowledge, he should have skill, right? And he should have the sense of dare and act quality. Apart from that, if it is a homogeneous mixture of seniors and juniors or with similar minded people together, then it becomes a good group. So, uh, generally, Kali Yuga, Sangha Shakti Kali Yuga is one of the things. So, in Kali Yuga, it's always that the Sangha Shakti is going to bear better. Why not in Ayurveda? Why not in making an Ayurvedic hospital also? So, two or four people coming together and having a hospital is always going to share with the responsibility, share with the knowledge, and in today's area, it is going to share with the financials and all those aspects and make the dream possible. Now about dravyas, bahukalpam bahuganam sampannam yoga aushadam, right? It is apart from that, the availability of right aushadhi at the right time, the yojanas, the stores to be keeping, and most important, it's saviryatavadi. So medicines should be available. At present, we are running short of n number of things. Like you saw it in the COVID. Everyone is running behind herbal and especially behind amruta and keeping it stored in their houses rather than that being stored in the hospitals, right? So if we don't get Saviryavana Aushadam, it is difficult. So it's the responsibility of Vaidyas to also to have work in plantations to get resourcing and also to have good pharmacies at their end. So Punarosu Chikitsalaya understood it right from the beginning, and so we have a different branch. We have Punarosu Aushadhalaya, where Vaidya Vivek Sane sir looks behind, has been the backbone for Punarosu Chikitsalaya. Upasthata, Anurakta Suchir Daksha Buddhimana Paricharaka. Obviously, these are the necessity things. But most importantly, that we need to have a consistent staff. Many a times it is seen that to have a paramedical staff which is consistent in a clinic for years together is quite difficult. Many a times they feel that after having an experience of 2 or 4 years, they would be shifting because skilled people always are not what you could say. They do not. They are not. Uh, their appetite is not full at working at one places. So they would skip from one place to another, one place to another. So what did Punarvasu Chikitsalaya do? Punarvasu started with a course of postgraduate for paramedical students, and also we employed these students, these paramedicals who are 10 plus 2, and then worked with Punarvasu as paricharaks, and we gave them some course, and then they become regular staffs of Punarvasu. Also, then the healthy paramedical staff is second important part. We have staffs, but generally a staff in a hospital or in a clinic should be healthy. That is also important. So being a regular staff, being a healthy staff, and having good skills is more important to have apart from Anurakta Suchirda. Now Rogi, Adhyata. So all these qualities are Adhyaroga Bishak Vashad Nyapaka Sattvanapi, right? It is absolutely true. Apart from that, in today's area, what these are the most important. He should have reimbursement from his company so that he can get afford with having an Ayurvedic hospital treatment in an hospital. He should have insurance coverage for which he can pay for the bills and everything. So adhyata doesn't mean also always to have a good bank balance, but it also means that he should have, and the Vaidyas and the hospitals should be foresighting this and having options for the patient. So this helps too. So these are all the important things. Apart from Chatushpada, infrastructure is more important. Now, what is infrastructure? I've just made a, so infrastructure is a place where you have to rent a place or buy your own. It should be looking to the normal, regular standards. It shouldn't be. It should be clean. It should be in a serene environment, and everything is needed. Easy accessibility to the patient. In metropolitan, to get such an infrastructure in a central costs a lot. That everyone knows. So here it's important that we should have an infrastructure which can cater all the treatments and which are necessary for Panchakarma. Most important in an Ayurvedic hospital, that Ayurvedic hospital needs maximum number of toilets. Yeah, you heard it right. So every treatment room is should be supported with a good toilet and cleaning facility, because every like an IPD or the Karma room needs to have that. So that is a big thing. Whenever we get a area of about 4,000 square feet and we want to open an hospital of 10-bed hospital, then we would need at least 25, 20 odd toilets, because we would have 5 to 10 Panchakarma rules and all those things. And so, right, while constructing an infrastructure, we have to keep these things in mind. Legal aspects, more important part, most important part. Now, here in Maharashtra, it is very easy that what we practice, we can do the same. So Ayurvedic practice is most legal, right? If you go to Kerala, if you go to other states, there an Ayurvedic graduate has to do Ayurveda only. That's another important thing. Now, keeping this in mind, what is more important in legal aspects for students and for the interns Vaidya? To use your own paribhasha, nomenclature, what you learn in your topics, in your samhitas, and use the same. So again, I would stick to the word that Ayurvedic Nidan and Ayurvedic Chikitsa helps you everywhere, right from the diagnosis to getting results, to keep you safe in legal aspects also. Because anything that you translate today into the modern phenomenon, and then you make yourself into a fuss. If you make it as an Ayurvedic diagnosis, if you diagnose a patient with Grahani and give him Shodhana according to the need, and then it is easier for you because you are going with the Samhitas. And the Samhitas are the best things for you, where you can where you can rely upon. So legal aspects also, Ayurvedic diagnosis, Ayurvedic Nidan part is more important. And secondly, then the most important topic which I want to highlight in today's discussion, that everywhere we have to keep an close eye, or we should be in close vicinity with Ayurvedic Nidan and Ayurvedic Chikitsa. So because without making an Ayurvedic Nidan, whatever use medicines you use are not going to be with in align with Ayurveda. Using Ayurvedic herbs, using Panchakarma doesn't mean that you are doing Ayurvedic Chikitsa. Absolute. You should do Ayurvedic diagnosis. That's more important. And when this aspects of Chatushpada and like infrastructure and everything goes in a cohesive manner, the social image of Ayurveda is going to improvise. That's for sure. Everyone might be knowing, many of them might be knowing my teacher uh, just demised 2 months ago, Vaidya Anil Vinayak Panse sir. He was a maestro and he has created the confidence within us to practice Ayurveda. He always used to emphasis on this work, that always there is needs to be a cohesive action in all the sections of the society. Why? Maybe it is a small institution, maybe it is a small clinic, or maybe it is a big infrastructure on a hospital. He used to say that जसं घड्याळाला छोटे 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 असे अनेक सर्कल्स असतात, आणि ते घड्याळाचे छोटी छोटी चाकं एकमेकांमध्ये संधान पावली आणि ती जर समजा त्यांची सगळा सूर एक झाला, तर ते घड्याळ चालतं. Similarly, every mechanism, every machine, everyone, if every individual part in the society plays his role absolutely in cohesive to the final aim and objectives, then every mechanism or the whole system works properly. Same thing is in Chikitsa. To be a yashasvi, to have a yashasvi chikitsa or to create a good social image, we need to run all these small, what you could say, circles in one and uniform direction. Suppose here the infrastructure is not good. What's the use if we have Chatushpada? Suppose the Chatushpada are not Sampat, then what's the use to have a lavish infrastructure? And for all, if we don't use an Ayurvedic Nidan and Ayurvedic Chikitsa, then legally or many a times we would be in a fuss. So this is why I think so. This slide is most important that we need to imbibe in our mind while learning Ayurveda. Now, indoor and critical in Ayurvedic Nidan Chikitsa, as I told, is important. Faculty, we have to have that knowledge, desire, and then the skill to work in this. We have to work on critical as well as non-critical care. You can't say that, yes, we just work in critical, non-critical patients will do. No, sometime if a Samavasta patient or a patient may come to you for Panchakarma and suddenly he may land into a Vyapad, then he becomes critical. Or a Jirana Vyadhi Bahudosha Avastha may come to you for Samanya Shodhana, like maybe like Jaloka Ucharana or Tiravyada or even Nasya, and that turns into a critical case. And so we have to be prepared to work in critical always, right? Yeah, this the next slide. So now we would be going into cases. I have got with me three cases. First case is an important case which is worked on OPD basis, and how Chatushpada help us to diagnose a case, to work upon it and get assured result on what we can claim, right? Let's see. This is a case of Bhagandara. Yeah. So this is what it is. This you see it in the picture. It is a male patient with 56 years of age. The major complaint he was complaining for this non-healing post-operative wound for last 1.5 for 14 months, can say rough and on. It was first a fistula and with a pile internal, and there used to be a continuous discharge due to through it. There was burning at the anal region and the anal and the genital region everywhere. There was when he came to us, he was complaining of decreased or no maturation sensation. So there was no samyak jnana of mutra pravartan. The dry and itchy skin around the ankle joints, groin region, and also explained us that he is a case of Bahudosha Avastha and and Kushtha, and also with Bhagandara. He was This was an post-operative wound. So here in the skin you see, here in this picture you see, here there is a Kshar Sutra. This is the anal part. The Kshar Sutra is attached to it. It is now on a verge to be removed. Now this is the wound part. It is about two angula in depth and about more than 4.5 angula in its width. Now it is an high-end fistula. Here you see it started from here, and this much part is healed. Now let's move forward and see what's this. We would go into the history of this case. He was suffering from this for a few years, but neglected it, and with local doctors, he was taking treatment. And right from December 19, he became serious about this illness as there was a discharge from the high-end fistula, and for that he went to different doctors. One of the doctors he advised him to go for a surgery. A few months later, after the medicines, he went through a surgery, and the first surgery was done on March 2020, which was again the period of COVID-19. First episode he went, the second part, sorry. And then the surgeon went on with the dressings of the patient after the physiology was done, and there was no proper healing. So then after no proper healing for next about 2 to 4 months, He tried with different medicines, with also the culture was done and everything with high antibiotics were given, steroids were given, everything was done according with the allopathic way, and still the wound wasn't healed. And there was discharge again, and so the patient's relative get panic, and then the patient again sees different surgeon. Now with this previous experience of fasciectomy and the wound, he visits three different surgeons. Both, all the three, they explain him that again a second fasciectomy needs to be done. And one of them, one of the senior surgeons, explained him that with fasciectomy he would be doing Kshara Sutra application, and this was done in August 2020. So this period again, you can understand that this was again of the COVID situations, the stress of COVID, the stress to visit an hospital, the stress to get dressed, and then again to have different opinions. With all these things, again he when August 20 he went with second surgery, and that time I was approached by this surgeon, one of the surgeons of the above, and he made Kshar Sutras from me, and I gave him, he ordered me for 10 Kshar Sutras, and I gave it to him. So I knew this surgeon, but distinctly, no direct connection anytime. And since unfortunately the second surgery also failed, and the patient was getting depressed, and there was a wound, what we saw in the last slide, and everything was again getting more fussy. And so the patient's relative, they thought that we need to take into consideration some more opinion. And so they had a talk with the surgeon, and the surgeon finally thought that since we have purchased the Kshar Sutras prepared by Punarvasu Chikitsalaya, why can't we refer this case? So he wrote a letter to me and told that we have done 8 of the Kshar Sutras, and I think so he would need few more Kshar Sutras, maybe 2 or 4, and you please go with it, do Kshar Sutra, do Vrana Karma for this patient, and give your expert opinions. So as per the protocol of the institution details, I took the detailed history of the patient, the case taking was done, physical examination was done. And since this was referred only for the Vranakarma and for Kshara Sutra, I didn't go into much hetus, and Apatya Sevan and everything was kept the same because it wasn't my case yet. It was referred only for Vranakarma. So I followed the advice of the surgeon, and I did Vranakarma of the patient. I changed the Kshar Sutra. At this case, the patient was having, these were the examinations, and the most important part was he has, since I saw this Vrana, the Vitapa Marma has been uh, incised due to this surgery. So that creating disability of so Mutraghat also, and the sensation of urine has been ceased. The patient was in agony due to this pain and couldn't sit and do everything, and so it was quite a miserable state. So I had mentioned everything, and then we started with the Vranakarma. Yeah. With the Nidan, what was the Nidan part at that time? It was Bhagandara, Dushchikitsit Vrana, that was my diagnosis, Arsha, and Kushta. Avastha was Vranavastha and Bahudoshavastha. So then, what were the Hetus, Atit Kal Bhojan? This person was a shopkeeper and belongs to a Gujarati family. And so the Ahar also were Kleda Pradhan. Then there was Bahudoshavastha, and Kushta was not being treated well. And the only reason, what always he used to say, that since being a businessman and a shopkeeper, he can't leave his counter. So Mutra Veg Avrod, Shudha Veg Avrod, Mala Veg Avrod were always there. And Ati Dravapana, Atyambupana was also the Hetu. So this happens with many, and this patient, due to all these Hetus, according to me, was not getting complete cure from the Vrana, that was the preliminary diagnosis. Then after examining, I removed the Kshar Sutra and started Ayurvedic treatment along with the some changes dietary. I would just explain which were the things that I told him. So patient started with Ayurvedic treatment on 15th of February, and we decided to give him some Abhyantar Churna, Chikitsa, and along with some Kwat, Mahamanjishtadi Kwat, specially prepared Kwat, and with Anuloman and Kafagna Chikitsa, most important. Now in Vrana Dhavan, we use Negrodadi Kwat and Triphala Kwat together, combination of Avgaha of Negrodadi and Triphala Kwat, and Vrana Pichu with Vrana Ropan tail and Yashti Shatadhauta Ghruta. Secondly, Ahar, I asked him to increase the intake of milk, ghee, and freshly prepared buttermilk, like ghee, some cereals with moog and all those things, and stop with leafy vegetables, go on with more fruity vegetables. Then I also asked him that don't follow only a sedentary lifestyle, and these were the things explained. Now, the first follow-up after doing the first dressing was this. There was pain, there was sensation, burning sensation, difficulty in sitting, walking. Pus formation is there, oozing of pus was little bit decreased, but was there. Much better than the previous slide, that this needs sees as a Shuddha Vrana. Okay. Then every time I used to have some Raktasrav through this Vrana, and then do the Kshar Sutra was changed. So Kshar Sutra was also changed, Vrana Pichu was also kept over there. Now again, this is the second follow-up. There was pains were increased, burning was increased, difficulty to sit, stand, walk, everything same as the previous. I just added with Pichu, I added Gandak Dhruti to the same with Yashti Shatadhauta Ghrita, and Arshognatil Anuvasan was the addition in this follow-up. So it was only 7 days that I was working with him. Now the third follow-up, pain decreased little bit, and there were the Basti Pratyagam was also good. Burning sensation reduced a bit, and all those things. Apart from the same medicines internally, there were little bit changes. Instead of Negrodadi, I added with Mahamanjishtadi Kwara, and the rest same. Everything was the rest was everything kept the same. Now the fourth follow-up. Here we see the Vrana, okay, and the second Kshar Sutra has been changed in this follow-up. Here you see the Vrana is more Shuddha, Kleda Rahita, and things are over here. After changing the two Kshar Sutras, I was this was the second Kshar Sutra change, and I wasn't confident or enough to tell to this patient after 1 month that he would get rid with this pain with the presence of Kshar over there. And I asked this patient that yes, even though the senior Vaidya has a senior surgeon has told me that you continue Kshar Sutra, I differ. I followed with the advice of the surgeon for 1 month. I changed two Kshar Sutras in about 4 follow-ups, but I wasn't confident that the patient would get completely healed and the Vrana would be seized with the presence of Kshar over there. So I told him that we need to remove this Kshar Sutra, Kshar, forget about Kshar Sutra and go with Vrana Chikitsa only. The patient, then I had a talk with the surgeon that this is the case and we need to change this and see how, let's see how it works. So the surgeon again thought of having a re-examination of the patient. So he called him to his clinic. He checked the wound and everything. He made the samples of the culture reports of the he made the culture reports, and then again he thought that we have to go on with more of antibiotics, and a course of antibiotics will help him to get rid of this. And so I was not convinced with that. I was totally, and he was convinced that yes, Kshar Sutra is the Chikitsa, and I was totally against it. So then I explained it to the patient that if you want to just change the Kshar Sutras, any another junior of mine or any another Vaidya would do it. So he told me that you name me some of them. So I told him, yes, I know few Vaidyas who do Kshar Sutra only. So I referred him to one of the leading practitioners in Pune who does Kshar Sutra. So he had a visit to that person also. This also, he also had the same opinion. And so we had the second opinion about this. He told him that you have to go with an sonography and an MRI and then go with Kshar Sutra only, and again a surgery and things. So the third surgery, the thought of third surgery was quite alarming for the patients and the relatives, and they opted that they won't go for any surgery again. And so they, with the discussion with me, they told that you take the sutras in your hand, you become the Pradhan Chikitsak, and we give a consent to you to write whatever you. And here on 27th March, so 1 month later, we decided the course and then we changed the treatment completely. So medicines were kept the same. Vrana Chikitsa also the same with Mahamanjishtadi Kadha and Triphala, and Vrana Shodhan Tel. Dhuma was introduced the first time that we started giving Dhuma Chikitsa, and Kshara was removed. And then we kept Jatyadi Ghruta, Dadimadi Ghruta, Arshogna Tel, and Jatyadi Ghruta was used as for bastis. And then we used to ask the patient to do Avgaha Nitya with Negrodadi daily at home. Now, this patient was continuously in follow-ups. Every alternate day, he was called to the Chikitsalaya for Vrana Chikitsa, sometimes to under my guidance and sometimes to a nearer place of another branch of Punarvasu in Shastri Nagar. I asked him to visit so that there would be a second opinion also, some more people involved in it, and the clinic treatment would be done properly also. We made a major change in his diet. Here we introduced Laja and Takra. Many of the cases of mine I work with patients with Grahani and Bhagandar or Arsha, I ask them to be on Takra Ahar only. So here Takrabhyas was the most important thing that we made a change. Initially the patient was with Kshara for almost from August till February. So I thought that we need to end with the antibiotics and with the medicines that he was taken and the trauma and the Agnimandya and the Kleda Bhulavastha. I thought that we need to work on with Takra as a major important part. And then one sided we kept him with Takra, another side we added castor oil, Eranda tail, freshly prepared buttermilk, kadhi, and this was I asked him to take approximately 2 liters of Takra daily. So with this and prolonged sitting was avoided, day nap for 15 minutes only, and then not to overwork, not to stress and everything. On examination of Vranakarma, after 10 days, swelling, pus, everything has been discharged, and maturation sensation was still absent and everything the same. And the Kshar was removed. That was the major thing. First follow-up after Vranakarma, after we started with this, was very good. And this is the condition on the first follow-up after we changed the line of treatment. And here you see removing of Kshara, Kleda Rahita Vrana, and it has again started healing well. And it was Utsanna, the Vrana Desh, it has become better. And so we kept with the same Dhavan with Mahamanjishtadi Trifalakvat, Vrana Shodhan Tel Snehana, and then Dhupana. One thing was kept in mind that always we used to see that the Kleda was removed and there was little bit of Raktasrava. And so we used to do Garshana of the Vrana Asmanta. Dhupan was done. Jatyadi Ghruta Pichu, Gandak Dhruti Pichu was kept. Initially, we used to do Nadi and then we later shifted to a Pichu, and Arshogna Tel Basti was continued. Same Chikitsa, we see a few days later on next follow-up, the Vrana size has ceased, Healis has increased, and then internally we just changed the course from Pachana. We thought of giving him something Rasayana, which would increase the Oja Shukra, and so Sukshma Makardhvaja along with Vanga and things were added with the Chikitsa. So once the Pachana has been done with Mahamanjishtadi Freshkwat, then we started with some Gritapana also, and with Basti kept the same. Same thing. Here you see the Vrana Avastha being Vrana getting healed, and in later follow-ups we see that Vrana Pichu is replaced by the Vranavarti is replaced by Vrana Pichu, and a few follow-ups later, this is the case on 1st of March. This is the situation. Wound size has decreased, pus has decreased, pain reduced, burning sensation yet there is no burning sensation, and the Vrana is Virya and all Chikitsa also kept the same. Here we started with little because they were always complaining about just with Bhakri and Takra. We started rice, and in rice we told them that pez kadlala bhat khane. So remove the water above the oil, which is a normal thing which we ask. And here we see some changes in the Mutra Samvedana started in the follow-ups. And this was again in the mid of the thing. And here you see the Vrana now become Vrihi and also very small. And again, here I always used to notice that this part, it is getting with much of pus over here. Mucus has always, every first examination, there was mucus in the anal region because the Nadi Vrana internally. So we used to always give pressure from the anal part and see to it that the Nadi Vrana is improving. And this showed good improvement. But since the Mutra Samvedana was started, again I thought that it's needed to remove some, to do little bit of more Shodhana. So we advised him with Jaloka. And this Jaloka Ucharana was done, 6 Jalokas were applied. And then again, the Vrana Akar seems to increase after the after the Jaloka Ucharana, but it become Unnata. The Vrana become more Unnata, and this is what is the follow-up later. And this is the last follow-up, second last follow-up, and these are the chikitsas this shows. So here is just a chart of all those things. And yesterday's follow-up, just a day before, what this is the situation today. You see here a sukshma, just darshan, pin needle size thing of the Nadi Vrana Mukha. So here the wound is being healed, fistula is healing, no pus discharge, even pressed with the anal region everywhere the hyaline area you will see everything is being healed and there is no discomfort. Maturation sensation is there. He has the jnana of mutra, dharana shakti is there, and everything becomes very normal. So this is the first case. Here there are a number of things that we can go into details, but since we have short time, you just I have just made a glimpse of all those things. And now this was the last chikitsa. Yesterday's follow up, what has been told to him is we have stopped with vrana karma now. He just does vrana dhavana with trifala bharad daily once, does udvartana dhupana with dhupanvarti abhyanga of pipalyadi and mahatikta ghrita and basti to be continued. I've stopped his takrabhyas. He has lost about 9 kgs of weight in the total follow. And Bala is Uttam, Mala Uttam, everything else. The Kushtha also, which was subsequently, it has reduced. And only Apatya, I have told him to avoid with dahi, with paneer, ice cream, fermented food, and chili. So this is the case. This was the first picture on February 15th, and this is today's picture. So this is the difference when we have a Chatushpada Sampat Chikitsalaya. So total duration is 4 months, right? Removal of Kshar Sutra. Now the very funny question that the relatives raised in front of me while deciding that which pathy they need to follow. So they told me that a modern MS from allopathic science is using Kshara Sutra, right? So he is using Ayurvedic principles. And the Kshara Sutra is also prepared by you. And he is of the opinion that we need to go with Kshara Sutra. And you being a factor from the faculty are against it. So why? So whom they are going to follow with was the conclusive part. So I told him because they are following the techniques of Ayurveda, of Shalya Chikitsa, but they have forgotten, they don't know anything of Kaya Chikitsa. So another person whom we took the opinion was also a Shara Sutra person. He is a BMS practicing Shara Sutra and practicing quite good, very good. But he looks it only from the area of Bhagandara, Arsha, and over there only. So 2.5 inches only area is his area. But I, being an Kai Chikitsa, look it from the Kai Chikitsa angle and understand it accordingly. So always we have to understand that all these sections first foremost need to be seen with Kai Chikitsa angle and then the specialization. So for students, keep it in mind, become a very good Kai Chikitsak first. So 5.5 years to become a Kai Chikitsak and then further study into one particular area, but not forgetting about Kai Chikitsa is important. And approximately this patient I had to attend him 30 times. So always every Vrana Karma which was done in Punarosu was done under me. We can compare. People come to us that Ayurveda gives late result. Ayurveda has there are n number of speculations about. Now this is a quite simple ratio. two surgeries in 14 or 16 odd months, right? And the cost of one surgery round about 75, 80,000, and then just you calculate with it, and then the sufferings, the pain, the depression. This is with one case. Not all cases go into such a fuss. It's only one case, I would just say. But the same case when comes to Ayurved without surgery, with duration of 3 months, with cost one third of the that of the total cost of the surgery, one third, right? And the outcome is always pleasing. So now I'm interested, since the Vitapa Marma has been cheda or done the Vrana Karma with, we are interested to restore all the energies back to him. So the Mutra Samvedana has come. He is a person of age 56. So we want him to get with all his strength and energy and vigor, vitality back. So this is the aim. And then such a case not getting Bhagandara or any Vyadhi for next 10 to 15 years throughout his life is more important. Then we can say that it is a Yashasvi Chikitsa. Now, where does this confidence come into that I can treat this patient? Because similar cases I have seen previously. Now we have cases with Punarvasu, which for last 10 to 15 years previous had gone with fasciculectomy 2 or 3 times, and later coming to Ayurveda and doing the treatment. And if they are seen, many a times, maybe 90% cases which go with fasciculectomy are a success. Let's see. But 10 cases who don't get success over there, here we look them into the angle of Kai Chikitsa, and that gives the change. So always important that we need to work with Kai Chikitsa angle. That is important. Yeah. Next slide. Now we have time, and so we go for the next case, which is importance of Chatushpada in IPD. Here we have a case of Shirobighatajanya, Sanyas, and case of Sanyas and Vatavyali. Let's see how. The patient is a female case, age 59 years of age. She was sitting behind her son on a two-wheeler, and they were traveling towards Khed Shikrapur area. And near a toll, she started little bit getting drowsy, and so the son warned her that sit erect. We have just to travel few kilometers only. But somehow, maybe she had a nap or there was a bump and she fell down. After getting this, with this road accident, she had a head injury and fell on the right side. So she had a trauma on the right shoulder and a head injury. There was no external bleeding. And then she went into a comatose state. She was admitted to the nearby hospital over there for 10 days. And then they discharged her with this note of the case being in semi-vegetative state, was advised mobility with wheelchair, PEG tube, which was inserted in the abdomen, long life use of catheter, nursing, intensive physiotherapy. Now, there was a possibility that this patient had a seizure. So, here on, this patient was advised on what, epileptic medicines, and due to which, when she came home, she was at home for 2 months later. The relative was constantly convincing his cause that we need to do something more vigorous, and so Ayurveda is a better choice, because he knew that in Punarvasu Chikitsalaya such cases are treated well. So he insisted, but no one heeded in his house, because everyone thought that doing Ayurveda is doing some Shirobhyanga, doing some massage, doing some miracle or something. So they had a number of people visiting their home with some vibhuti and some mantra and all those things, with some massage. But 2 months the condition wasn't getting well. The doctors, while on discharge, explained to this patient relatives that the patient needs to be kept constantly mobile, so never keep her at rest, so always change the position. This is generally advised in vegetative cases because there shouldn't be any bed sore or wound. So they ask them to do some physiotherapy or changes in position. But here it was over enthusiastic relatives understood this in a different case. So at night also, they used to keep the patient awake by patting on her chest or on her back and making her alive. And so with anti-epileptic, drowsiness was there, and with the intensive physiotherapy, whatever the patient understood, And constant 2 hour feed, the patient went more and more and more into problematic conditions. And so this was the condition of the patient at home when they called us. We have a video of this also, but I can't put it here because there is it's a big one. So what was the condition? The patient was having moha avastha glani, aniyantrit hastapada kriya, malamutra samvedana, no samvedana. There was mutra malaveg after 2 or 3 days or sometimes even 5 days. No vani, smruti kshaya, mukhena ahar sevan. There was nothing because there was a PET tube and everything was 2 hourly feeded over there. None of the indriyas were showing any kriya or having any samvedana. Then there was a ruda bhagna of the right shoulder, and there was, due to this intense what you can say, mixed therapy, whatever they were trying at home, she was having dravamal and chardi and little bit of jwara when she was admitted. So this was the condition of her before admission. So what did we diagnose? So this was the diagnosis of her, that she had Shirobhighata-janya Sanyas and or Vatavedi, you can say, Marmabhighata-janya Vata Prakop, Abhighataja Raktadushti and Vata Prakop, Astimajja Dushti, Agni-mandya, the core or the Upadrava of all these things, Jnanendriya and Karmendriya Hani, Sarvadhatu Kshaya, Dhi, Mruti and Smruti Kshaya and Oja Kshaya. Modern science, they had an MRI and they showed that there is subarachnoid hemorrhage diffused, and then according to them, semi vegetative state should be done, should be there for lifelong to come. So then there was nothing much in allopathy, so the patient was shifted to Ayurveda with 2 months of gap, and this was the treatment that we charted out in course of 2 admissions. This is what is done. So I've just put a gist of all the karmas that were done. And if we have to do karma for a semi-comatose condition patient, we have to have n number of medicines, arrange them properly. We have to have kushala paricharak. We have to have tadnya, housemans who understand the details of it and put them properly. So all the things of Chatushpada, if cohesively done, then only we can get miraculous results, which I'm going to share over here. So Sarvanga Snehan with Narayan Tail initially, Sarvanga Nadiswed with Bala Siddhakshir, Yapan Basti with Mustadi Yapan, Matra Basti with Narayan Tail and Ashwagandha Bala Ashwagandhadi, Anjana with Chandrodayavarti Mahakalyanaka, Ashwatana with Trifala Anjana, Nasya, Shri Gopal Tail, sometimes Chandan Tail, Chandan Gandha, sometimes Kayatirumani Tail, Shirotalam with Brahmi Ghruta, Dhupana Chikitsa with Apasmarahar Dhupavarti and Panchagavya Ghruta, Shirodhara with Himasagar and Shri Gopal Tail, Vranakarma of the Pets to Vrana and one Vrana at the Swika with Gandak Dhruti and Ashti Ghruto, Jaloka Ucharana and Shankasthani in the later part of Chikitsa. This were done not on the same time, but in the 14 days of her first stay, we had performed these many karmas with her. In the second karma admission, we discharged the patient after 10, 15 days of the first admission, and we readmitted her for pigeon chill only, alone pigeon chill. Next time she was done pigeon chill with, and with 2 admissions, Abhyantar Chikitsa with Vata Prashaman and with Rakta Prasadan Chikitsa, then with Rasayan Agni Deepan, Marma Paripalat, Indriya Prabodhan, and some Lakshani Chikitsa were done. And with Ahara, instead of giving Adhyasana of 200 ml every 2 hours, we kept her on Laghu Ahara. Every patient of Abhighata, especially with Shirobhighata or Marmabhighata or even Abhighata, needs to be given Langhan, then needs to be given Tarpana, or then Bruhana should be the course. So Laghu Ahara Samsarjan Krama, then they were in dinner in daytime only, not in night time. Balarakshan was more important and Ruchi Pravichar was important. And so we started with oral feedings to this patient. With 3 months of follow-up, this was the condition of hers. Next. Progressive. So here I have just listed the progresses. First follow-up after the discharge, Smruti Agnivardhan. Second follow-up, we removed the catheter. Third follow-up, after 14 days, we removed, means every 14 days, we removed the PEX tube. So because she started having oral feeding and everything, Then on the fourth follow-up with the walker, she started walking, and seventh follow-up, that is after 7 months of admission, she is able to have oral feeds with on herself, support her life on own. So Prakrut, Vrana, Vani, everything. Still, for hers, the hospital and the Vaidya is like a god in this era. But all these things comes to you after a prolonged struggle. So what are the takeaways from this case? First is opting for Ayurveda as the first line of treatment immediately after surgery and Bhishagvashata should be the patient, should be important in every patient. We are always a second choice, so that becomes a problem. So if this, he had to take 2 months to convince this to his relatives, even though the relatives have very less role in day-to-day treatments or even billings, bill settlings and everything, but still they play a role. And for this, as I say, if we have to change the social image, we have to have n number of chikitsalayas with panchakarma and with IPD setup, and not making very tall claims. Most important, we are making a false image about Ayurveda in the society, which we should stop. We as Vaidyas need to be much more responsible and patient enough that success will come to you only after good and balanced struggle. So just don't run to conclusions that ये तो हमारे ये होगा ही. We can do this. Don't go make any tall claims. Do your work. Make evidence. Make a protocol of research. Keep the documentation of everything and follow ethical way to practice. Then we have to see that constant watch over the patient. As I told, we have very good staff of paramedicals, excellent good staff of the interns and the housemaids that we have, and then the team of Vaidyas. Because every time it's not important for one Vaidya, it is not possible for a single Vaidya to attend each and every condition of the patient. So Vaidya Samuho Nissamshay Karanam Shresthaha or Agreha, that is more important. And here in Punarosu, we experience the same. Informed and experienced paramedical staff, Buddhimana, Patyahar cooked and care with the patient, that is Anurakta. We have a back end of Ahara. So we have our kakus which prepare good palatable food for Ayurveda. So we have changed the image. We every patient who comes here for admission would be served with Ayurvedic food only. And he's prepared, given all the ahara, which could be susanskrit by medicines and things like that. And so everyone is into making the ruchi come to the patient is also important. So it should be also in a clean atmosphere. Suchi is proper dispensing was also important due to good pharmacy. So many medicines, if we didn't have them on proper time, then it would have been very difficult. So, and all this can be achieved by a good IPD infrastructure. So an IPD infrastructure is always with good mamas, with good maushis, with good paramedicals like good dada and good tais, and with good housemen, good vaidyas. All this together, put together, and the vaidya, and most important, the social aspect, the patient. If they are all with you, then we can get miraculous results. So this is what I had to share on with today. So important is we have to have Ayurvedic Nidan and Ayurvedic Chikitsa. Ayurvedic definitely has the potential to treat emergency and criticals, that is for sure. And we as Vaidyas have n number of lacunas within us. So we can't blame. So we should always be anurakta in learning more and more. So more important is to increase the Vaidya gunas of individuals, right? So I think so. We are running short of time. So I would just conclude today's topic by sharing few things at the end. We have a number of things with us, right? But we can't say that we have done with it. These are our challenges also. We should just, I would just highlight the challenges. Grantha So we have Chatushpada Siddhi is a aim. We have not achieved it. Okay. I don't mean to say that we have achieved it. We have to achieve it. We have to do good Granthya Adhyan. Swashastra Nishtha is more important. Aushadhi, n number of fallacies are there, but we need to, as Vaidyas, it's our responsibility to get good procurement of medicines. There are n number of people working in the field, like everyone. your teachers, there are a number of Vaidyas around the city and around the globe who are working good. So always follow ethical and proper way. Maintenance of staff in an Ayurvedic hospital is also an important thing. Now, those who have small units or hospitals are well versed with it, but this is also an important thing. So we should have good education centers for there too. Then karma kushalta. Now I would surely say that most of the times the karmas are kept with the paramedical staffs. But important karmas like Vrana karma, Uttar Basti, Basti Chikitsa, all these need to be done with Kushal Vaidyas. So Uttar Basti, Basti, Shodhan karmas, even Dahan karma, Bhagna Chikitsa, Vrana karmas, Vaidyas should be very good hands with. So you can't just expect excellence without practice. And with all these things, then only we can think about good Rajashray and Lokashray. Now, Vyadhi Avastha, we need to have a Sutikagar, more important. We need to have Vishachikitsa places. We need to have patients to deal with sannyas and avasthas like that. So these are areas where we need to work upon. So we as Punarvasu think that this is our responsibility, and so we had given some. We have placed a protocol. We have developed a CD after 15 years of work. In 2015, we developed this CD of Panchakarma, which has all the details and the protocols of procedures. Now, here are some of the highlights of this CD. It is a set of 5 CDs. It's done for educational purposes, and it has about 47 karmas with Purva Karma, Pradhan Karma, Paschat Karma. The language is in Marathi and for layman, so any paramedical and things could be done. So why have we done all these things? We want to make Ayurveda as the mainstream health system of the society. This is the aim of Punarvasu. And if we have to do this, we have to get in some protocols or SOPs for which this is our footprint, which is our baby step, you can say. But we are in this work. We are working in the same pattern to create, to induce some good protocols in the field of Ayurveda. And by and large, I would say that we need to keep our legs on the soil. So आम्ही काही खूप मोठं काम केलंय असं अजिबात माझं म्हणणं नाही, पण आपल्याला सगळ्यांना एकत्रितपणे हा प्रवास पुढे न्यायचा आहे आणि आयुर्वेदाला त्याचे सुवर्ण दिन परत आणायचे असतील तर सगळ्यांनी एकत्रित काम करणं आणि साहचर्याने काम करणं, सतत काम करणं आणि शास्त्रावरती निष्ठा ठेवून काम करणं अत्यंत अत्यंत गरजेचं आहे. एवढंच मी सांगू इच्छितो. I would thanks the institute and the organizers who have thought that I would be of some help to the students. So if the students have got some things, it's my pleasure as I like it. And if I've made some tall claims of I am off my line, just माझे दोष आहेत तेवढे सोडून द्या. धन्यवाद. Thank you, ma'am. I would just hand over the mic to the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
If participants have any questions, they can ask. Are there any questions from the participants? Okay. I now request Vaidya Sangeeta More madam to give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Divyashree. I would like to thank you, our guest lecturer, Dr. Yogesh Kale, for enlightening us with their knowledge on behalf of Ayurveda Sanhita, Siddhant Department of PDA College of Ayurveda and Research Center, Nigdi. I am sure the precious knowledge that Dr. Yogesh Kale gave us about the ethical way of practice, which will definitely help all the students in future. I would like to thank you, our principal, Dr. Ragini Patil, and Vice Principal, Dr. Bobre, for giving permission to organizing this lecture. I thank you all respected faculty members for attending this lecture from their busy schedule. I also thank you all the students who present here for paying attention. At last, I would like to thank one and all who directly and indirectly help us for organizing this lecture. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. madam.
दिव्यश्री मॅडम
With the permission of
हाँ.
our HOD madam, I will declare that this meeting is over. Thank you, Kale sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, Yogita madam.